سلام به شما دوستان عزیز و هم‌میهنان و همزبانانی که بیننده این برنامه هستید. امیدوارم که در حد ممکن و مقدور خوب و شادمان باشید. اجازه بدید بخش ایرانیان در آینه غربت رو با زنان آغاز کنیم. زنان ایران که در کوشش و تلاش روزانه خود محور اصلی زندگی و خانواده ما در این سو و آن سو هستند و همینطور بزرگ زنانی که با دانش و علم و درایت خودشون باعث سرفرازی من و شما و همه ایرانیان در این سو و آن سو بودند. در سال 2003 در ایران برای نخستین بار در تاریخ یک ایرانی موفق به دریافت پر افتخارترین و معتبرترین جایزه جهانی شد. این ایرانی سرفراز وکیل مبارز، مدافع زنان و کودکان و کوشنده حقوق بشر خانم دکتر شیرین عبادی بود.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me enormous pleasure to introduce to you this year's Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Shirin Ebadi.
او همچنین یکی از نخستین زنانی است که توانست به مقام شامخ قضاوت دست یابد و بر مسند ریاست دادگاه‌ها در سیستم قضایی ایران پیش از انقلاب تکیه بزند. خانم عبادی پس از دریافت جایزه صلح نوبل سفرهای خودش رو به خارج از کشور آغاز کرد و به ایراد سخنرانی و روشنگری در زمینه حقوق بشر و نقض اون در کشورهای جهان پرداخت. ایشون سفری هم به این سوی آبها داشت و از دانشگاه‌های آمریکا بازدید کرد. خانم عبادی به دعوت دانشگاه UCLA و UCI به شهر فرشتگان لس آنجلس آمد و ایرانیان شانس اون رو پیدا کردند تا از نزدیک با این بانوی مبارز و فرهیخته آشنا شوند. در لس آنجلس به همت دکتر نیره توحیدی استاد دانشگاه ایالتی کالیفرنیا نورتریج که رئیس دیپارتمان مطالعات ایران شناسی این دانشگاه نیز هست، کمیته برای گرامی داشت خانم عبادی در دانشگاه UCLA تشکیل شد. در این کمیته به غیر از خانم مهرانگیز کار، وکیل مبارز و کوشنده حقوق بشر، نمایندگانی نیز از سازمان عفو بین‌الملل به همراه تعدادی دیگری از فعالین اجتماعی، فرهنگی و دانشگاهی شرکت داشتند. سخنرانی‌های خانم عبادی در دانشگاه UCLA که با حضور رئیس دانشگاه و اساتید و دانشجویان این مرکز علمی برگزار شد، با استقبال بی‌نظیری روبرو شد و بیش از 2000 ایرانی و آمریکایی مشتاق رو برای دیدار با این شخصیت ایرانی به سالن رویس هال UCLA کشاند.
It's my great pleasure, however, in the interim to introduce the Mayor of Los Angeles, the Honorable James Hahn, who's going to deliver a proclamation.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the people of the city of Los Angeles, we are truly honored that Shirin Ebadi is here in Los Angeles. Thank you for coming to our city. It's not every day that you get to hear from a recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. And I just heard a few minutes of what you were speaking here today, and I know that you've inspired all of us who heard you today. I know that there are many people here in the Iranian community and really everyone here in Los Angeles who support the ideals of democracy and human rights around the world. And we thank you, and we are very proud of you for all that you've accomplished. So on behalf of the people of Los Angeles, it is my honor to recognize your visit to us and present you this scroll for all you've done for human rights, for all you've done for the cause of women and children, that you believe that this is a world that can achieve equality for all. So we are certainly honored to have you here, and please accept our best wishes.
شهردار محترم شهر لس آنجلس، اجازه بفرمایید از شما تشکر کنم به خاطر مهمان نوازی که برای هموطنان من طی سالیان سال در این شهر انجام داده اید. بسیاری از ایرانیان از مهمان نوازی شما برخوردارند. متشکرم از لطفی که به من، ایرانیان و ایران داشتید. متشکرم. بخشنده باشیم چون آسمان، درخت دانش را بارورتر سازیم مانند زمین، دوستی را بپراکنیم به سان باد، خشمگین و سوزان باشیم بر جهل و تعصب نظیر آتش، انسان باشیم، مهربان باشیم، مهربان. متشکرم.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that inspired presentation.
ضیافت و مراسم دیگری که توسط کمیته بزرگداشت خانم عبادی به افتخار او ترتیب داده شد، گروه‌ها و سازمان‌های مختلف ایرانی و آمریکایی و از جمله کانون وکلای ایرانی در آمریکا نیز شرکت داشتند و با اعطای جوایزی به خانم عبادی حمایت خودشون رو از فعالیت‌های او نشان دادند.
Founded in California in 1994 and since based in Los Angeles, the Iranian American Lawyers Association is a nonpartisan, non-profit organization made up of law students, attorneys, and jurists. The board of directors of our association is privileged to join hundreds of groups, associations, societies, universities, human rights group, and most notably now the Nobel Committee in acknowledging your vigorous defense of universal human rights, those rights which are the natural birthright of each human being, the universal birthright of humankind, captive or free alike. Your advocacy to seek equitable relief, your activism in advancing the equities and human rights of minorities.
Tonight, we honor this courageous woman, for she's the voice of millions of women and children dominated, abused, and controlled by ill-informed men. Let it be remembered that in recognition of your selfless and sustained fight for world peace, justice, and human rights for women, children, and refugees throughout the region of the Middle East, especially Iran, the board of directors of this association is honored to bestow upon you, Honorable Shirin Ebadi, honorary lifetime membership together with all its rights and honors. Board of Directors, Iranian American Lawyers Association. Congratulations.
wish my father was alive and he was here. There are several people here who know my father. Shirin Ebadi may know my father. My father was the Minister of Justice in Iran. And he was there when Shirin Ebadi started working in the Ministry of Justice. And he would have been proud to be here and to congratulate you. Congratulations.
We're going to have an interview. We're going to have the vocalist Mika Raga, accompanied by Raga.
در این مراسم من هم که یکی از اعضای کمیته برگزاری بودم، ویدیوی کوتاهی رو که از زندگی و دستاوردهای خانم عبادی تهیه کرده بودم به نمایش گذاشتم. البته از سال 2003 تا کنون خانم عبادی فعالیت‌های گسترده‌ای رو در زمینه حقوق بشر، حقوق کودکان و امور مهاجرین به عهده داشته که از مهمترین اونها میتوان به تأسیس مرکز مدافعان حقوق بشر اشاره کرد.
Born in Hamadan in 1947, I came from an educated Muslim family filled with love and affection. At the time of my birth, my father, Muhammad Ali Ebadi, was the director of the Department of Vital Statistics in Hamadan. He was one of the first professors of business law and had written many books prior to his death in 1995. My mother was a dedicated woman who spent all of her time loving and raising my siblings and me. I grew up with 2 sisters and a brother, all of whom achieved degrees in higher education. When I was a year old, my family and I moved to Tehran, where I continued to call home. I attended Firuz Kuhi Elementary School and moved on to attend high school, first at Anushiravan Dadgar and then to Reza Shah Kabir, where I received my diploma. I received my bachelor's degree in 3.5 years and immediately took part in the judicial concours. After 6 months of field training, in March of 1969, I officially began my work as a judge. Even while working, I continued my education, and in 1971, I received my master's degree with honors from the University of Tehran. While in the judiciary, I had a variety of jobs, and in 1975, I became the district chief judge of the 24th precinct. I was the first woman in Iran's history to achieve chief judicial status. However, after the victory of the Islamic Revolution in February 1979, my fellow female colleagues and I were dismissed from our positions and given administrative duties due to a belief that women were not qualified to be judges. I was assigned as a secretary in the same department that I once headed. My female colleagues and I protested these circumstances and were given higher positions as legal advisors. Nonetheless, I found my situation intolerable and was granted an early retirement at my request. At this time, the Lawyers Association had been out of commission for years, and law licenses were under the supervision of the judiciary branch of government. Hence, my request for a law license was denied, and I, in effect, became homebound. During this time, I focused on writing books and articles for various Persian journals and publications. In 1992, I was finally granted a law license and was able to open my own law firm. I accepted many cases from various clients. Some were federal cases, such as my defense of the chain massacre victims and their families, the Furuhar family, and Ezzat Ebrahim Nejad, who was killed in the university dormitory uprisings of July 1991. I also participated in many high-profile media cases, defending a variety of newspapers and journals. Other cases revolved around social issues such as child abuse, and most recently, I represented the mother of Zahra Kazemi, the Canadian-Iranian photojournalist. I continue to teach at the University of Tehran, and each year I take a number of foreign students in a human rights internship program. I'm married to an electrical engineer, and we share 2 daughters, a 23-year-old who is receiving her doctorate degree in civil engineering from Canada's McGill University, and a 20-year-old daughter who is studying her 3rd year of law at the University of Tehran.
Shirin Ebadi is an activist for refugee rights as well as those of women and children. She is the founder and legal advisor of the Association for Support of Children and Women Rights. She has directed several research projects for UNICEF and established the Center Society for Human Rights in association with 4 other lawyers. She has proposed the Bill Against Abuse and Violence Against Children, which was passed in the parliament and became law in Iran since 2002. Ms. Ebadi has written more than 11 books and 100 articles focusing on human rights. Among her books translated into English are The Rights of Child, published in 1994 with the support of UNICEF, and History and Documentation of Human Rights in Iran in year 2000. Dr. Ebadi has received many international honors and awards, including the RAFO Human Rights Award, Norway in 2000, and the Nobel Peace Prize in 2003.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the Nobel Peace Prize for 2003 to Shirin Ebadi for her efforts for democracy and human rights. She has focused especially on the struggle for the rights of women and children. As a lawyer, judge, lecturer, writer, and activist, she has spoken out clearly and strongly in her country, Iran, and far beyond its borders. She has stood up as a sound professional, a courageous person, and has never heeded the threats to her own safety. Her principal arena is the struggle for basic human rights, and no society deserves to be labeled civilized unless the rights of women and children are respected. In an era of violence, she has consistently supported non-violence. It's fundamental to her view that the supreme political power in a community must be built on democratic elections. She favors enlightenment and dialogue as the best path to changing attitudes and resolving conflict.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee made clear today why they awarded Iranian lawyer and human rights activist Shirin Ebadi the Peace Prize.
We hope the prize will be an inspiration for all those who struggle for human rights and democracy in her country, in the Muslim world, and in all countries where the fight for human rights needs inspiration and support.
The 56-year-old Ebadi, who was chosen from a record 165 nominees this year, was in Paris when she received the surprising news.
I must tell that it does not belong only to me. It belongs to all people who works for human rights and democracy and peace in Iran. It belongs to all of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say a little about my country, region, culture, and faith. I am an Iranian, a descendant of Cyrus the Great, the very emperor who proclaimed at the pinnacle of power 2,500 years ago that he would not reign over the people if he did not wish it.
and promised not to force any person to change his religion or faith, and guaranteed freedom for all. The Charter of Cyrus the Great is one of the most important documents that should be studied in the history of human rights.
I am very honored to join in congratulating a remarkable woman, Shirin Ebadi, on winning the Nobel Peace Prize this year. Shirin Ebadi, I must tell you that your courageous fight for human rights in Iran is a fight for all of us and an inspiration to the world. Your voice will long be associated with the ideals of supporting and protecting the rights of women and children in your country and in every country. With great courage, you have fought for an interpretation of Islamic law that is in harmony with democracy, equality before the law, religious freedom, and freedom of speech. And in the process, you have become a heroine to women and men across the globe. You understand that if we can change the fate of women and children, we can alter the fate of the countries in which they live, and we can change the course of history. When everyone begins to understand the value of upholding the basic human rights of the most vulnerable in our societies, then we will truly be on a path of progress and be closer to lasting peace. So let me thank you. Thank you for your determination, which inspires us to continue to seek justice for all as we seek a peaceful world. People everywhere, join me in congratulating you and in wishing you the greatest of success as you continue your important work.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me enormous pleasure to introduce to you this year's Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Shirin Ebadi.
You are an inspiration truly to all of us. Thank you.
And now from your country come 7 brothers, a sister, and a daughter. They're known as the Kamkaz.
تا برنامه دیگر و دیداری دوباره، بدرود و بادرود.